What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over a football game for Thursday, October 20th, 2022. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks for this game. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking at the Saints versus the Cardinals in Glendale, Arizona. And the Arizona Cardinals are currently a 2-point favorite at home for this game. Let me scroll down here. Okay, on this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured out here is I have the distance to the upcoming Super Bowl up top right here. I have the location of the game, city, state, stadium coordinates. I keep track of home team win-loss records for the NFL season, which means this particular game will be the 95th NFL game for the regular season this year. Right here is the regular season head-to-head matchup between the two teams. And then I have the home team right here, their season record, their coach's record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria to and from their birthdays. And then at the bottom here is the road team, the away team, their season record, their coach's record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria to and from their birthdays. I got to check something here with Andy Dalton. See if he is actually starting. Saints, Andy Dalton could start again, but not named. Saints starting quarterback game time decision for Cardinals. Andy Dalton Jr. remain limited. Could start again, but not named. So it's a toss-up. Is Winston going to play? Is Dalton going to play? I'm going to go based off of Dalton starting. So if Dalton does not start, obviously the numbers that I'm going to share in this video are going to change. But I am going to show you Andy Dalton's numbers just in case he does start. But in last minute, if James Winston does actually start, you have to pull numbers for Winston and replace him with Andy Dalton, and it could change the outcome. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because it's still a last-minute decision for the Saints. Let me get some juice really quick. I got my juice here. My 7 super fruits: black cherry, strawberry, sour cherry, pomegranate, grape, black carrot, and black mulberry. Super good. Super good. All right, enough of that. Let's get into it. Let's get right into the game. Like I said, we're going to be looking at Andy Dalton's numbers, and it could change, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right, so we'll start like I always do with these things. We'll start with the home team first. I'm going to go over some numbers for the home team, and then I'm going to go over some numbers for the road team. So starting with the home team, if the Cardinals were going to win this game, here's some numbers that I would contribute for it. All right, so on the Hebrew civil side of the calendar, that's the 25th day, leaving 331 left. 331 mathematically is the 67th prime number. And so Kyle Murray for the Cardinals, his name sums to 67. And he could get his 25th win regular season for his career on the 25th day of the Hebrew civil, a day leaving 331 left, the 67th prime. He was born in the year 97, the 25th prime number. And if this were to happen, the Saints would become 2-5 for a season record with the loss. But to be fair, either one of these two teams could become 2-5, like 25. But we'll get to the Cardinal side after we get to we'll get to the Cardinals losing side after we get done with their winning side. But yeah, so 25th day of the Hebrew Civil, 331 left, the 67th prime. Kyle Murray sums to 67, could get his 25th win regular season, born in the year 97, the 25th prime. Saints could become 2-5 for a season record with a loss, which looks like a 25. And in fact, they could become 2-5, 1-2. 2-5, 1-2. This is the 25th day of the first month for the Hebrew Civil, the 25th day, the 300 and with 331 days left. 2-5-1, 2-5-1-2. It's the same numbers being used, as you can see. 2-5-1, 2-5-1-2. Same numbers being used. Cardinals, they would become 3-4-1-3. 3-4-1-3. 3-4 for a season record. 1-3 at home with the win. 3-4-1-3. 3-4-1-3. We type that in. 3-4-1-3. We find out it's the 480th prime number. If we click on the 480, the number properties in there. However, if we just go ahead and copy 480, copy, and then we paste it into the calculator, 480 sums to 251. And what is today? It's the 251, the 25th day of the first month on the Hebrew civil calendar, the 25th day, a day leaving 331 left, where Cardinals will become 3-4-1-3 for a record with the win. 3-4-1-3, the 480th prime number. 480 sums to 251. Kyle Murray can get that 25th win. His name sums to 67, born in 97, the 25th prime. Saints would become 2-5-1-2. 2-5-1, 2-5-1-2. So pretty interesting Hebrew civil connections there for the Cardinals. And then one last thing for the Cardinals, if they were going to win this game, like I said, this could change based on who is going to start. Andy Dalton, if he would be the starter for this game, he could pick up his 72nd loss regular season for his career on a day with 72 date numerology for the Gregorian in Glendale, Arizona, which sums to 72. It being 72 days since the Cardinals coach's last birthday. So again, if Andy Dalton's not starting, obviously that narrative would change and there could be something else in the works. But he could get his 72nd if he is a starter. He would sit on 78 regular season wins with a loss. 78 is the 12th triangular number. And they would become 1-2 on the road, like 12 with a loss. Saints coach, he would get his 33rd loss regular season for his career. And his record would be 10-33, which is kind of a reflection of 3-3-1. But also, this game is in Glendale. Glendale sums to 33 on the 33rd north coordinate. Could pick up that 33rd loss regular season for his career. And that's about what I have for the Cardinals to win this game. So let's go ahead and move on to the Saints. What would it take for the Saints to win this game?
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
So if we're going to be looking at the Saints to win this game, one thing that I already mentioned is, yes, today is the 25th day of the Hebrew civil calendar. Yes, Kyle Murray was born in the year 97, the 25th prime. Either one of these two teams can become 2-5 for a season record with a loss, and it could simply just be the Cardinals becoming 2-5 for a season record with a loss. If it were to happen to the Cardinals, their coach would get his 29th loss regular season to go with, and 25, 29 are identical in all four base ciphers. So the Cardinals coach can get his 29th loss regular season, as Cardinals become 2-5 for a season record with a loss, identical to each other in all four base ciphers. This will be the 31st regular season head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 31 is the 11th prime number. Saints coach can get his 11th win regular season for his career. If you write out the number 11, it sums to 63 and 27 in 3 of the 4 base ciphers. Today does have 36 date numerology on the Gregorian and 72 date numerology on the Gregorian. 72 and 36 are simply just reflections of 63 and 27. And so that could play in favor for the coach getting his 11th win regular season for his career as well. The Cardinals have yet to win a single home game for the season. They are currently 0-3 at home. This doesn't really have to pertain to numbers. However, one thing I will say is the Cardinals are the Super Bowl hosts this year. They're hosting the Super Bowl. And what have we seen in the last 2 Super Bowls? The last 2 Super Bowls, we've seen the home team or the hosting team actually make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. We had the Buccaneers host in Tampa Bay and they won it. And then we had the Los Angeles Rams host and then they won it. Maybe a punishment for this year's hosting team, Cardinals, is that they don't win home games as a punishment for the last 2 Super Bowls where the home team and the hosting team won both times. Andy Dalton, like I said, these numbers can change depending on who's going to start the game, but it is the 25th day of the first month for the Hebrew Civil. This is Andy Dalton's 152nd start regular season for his career, 152, 251. They're just anagrams of each other or a reflection of each other. Andy Dalton can get his 79th win regular season for his career as he becomes 2-2 as a record specifically for the Saints. Mathematically speaking, 79 is the 22nd prime number, but the reason why I have it all marked in a light blue is because 79 also sums to 152. So in his 152nd start, he can get his 79th win regular season. 79 sums to 152. And at the same time, he would become 2-2 for a record as a quarterback for the Saints, specifically 79, the 22nd prime number. And that's about what I have for this game. Like I said, a lot of it's going to come down to who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints. If Andy Dalton is not the starter, obviously these numbers will change. The narrative could also potentially change depending on what Winston's numbers look like. I haven't pulled Winston's numbers yet. I will if it is changed last minute for the pick on my Patreon. But however, with the pick preview video, these are the numbers that I'm using for now. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it gives you insight to the game on what's going on, helps you with your decode, gets you started on a decode. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate the support. I wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully you win all the hopefully you win all the money in the world. And I'll see you in the next video.